Race to 8. Match clock 50 minutes. Cousins desperate to hold on to his number 1 spot. Declan Brennan is trying to chase him down for, but Declan went out in the first round of this event. And Cousins is still here, very much alive. This promises to be a super match. Well. First ball of the quarter-final, and you would never, ever expect to see Tom Cousins miss a ball like that. That is a very rare thing to see. As Josh Kane comes to the table with choice of ball. Tony Holgate and Nick Finn on commentary for you.
Tony. Afternoon, everyone.
Well, that was an incredible miss there by Tom at the start of the frame.
A very rare sight. Can't see him miss too many. Josh Kane will need these chances if he's going to win this game. Tom is playing well. He's hit some form this weekend. But Josh, more than up to the job.
Yeah, Tom en route. Got rid of Phil Harrison earlier today. Yesterday, Christophe Lambert, and he started off with Vivek Mak. All going by the way of the sword.
Nice shot, just enough angle there to punch across, and it's okay. He would have wanted the ball to the right to be off the cushion, but he's got another option here. He could. Still got an angle on the one to top. Right now he could punch into it again and bring it out. Couldn't fail to be on the ball to middle if he gets a full ball contact. That's what he tries, and that's lovely. Most of the hard work now done in this frame for Josh Kane. Josh, another one of those players, we mentioned about Rob Warren before, it just seems to be finding his feet now, and well, obviously a very experienced player as is Josh, but they just seem to be consistently getting to the business end of these tournaments. Josh, another one who just keeps knocking on the door. Doesn't think it's going to be too long before trophy in the trophy cabinet. Really good talent. He's obviously got a big test here against the man to beat, the number 1.
Nice control there. And this black will wrap up the first frame. Here's a man from Coventry who slots it home.
Not forgetting that should be getting underway fairly shortly across on the YouTube stream. Chris Melling against Carl Sutton. Just a little delay on that table at the moment, but should be able to get that going soon.
Yeah,
head across.
Megan Proctor.
Yeah.
And she's up against Danielle Randall. See the scores 1-1. Two of the big guns from the women's pro battling it out.
Yeah, Danielle's partner is actually playing on the table just outside our commentary position, playing against Sean Ash in event 4 of the Pro Series. Josh Kane getting us underway for frame 2. This looks to be dry, and is. Got the split, didn't he, Tony? He seemed to get a lot of power through the pack, but just not finding a pocket, as can happen.
Yeah.
Seemed to do too much wrong with the break.
What's with Josh's breaking? I'd like to see him launch a bit more into them, but he generates plenty of power. I think he Has quite a bit left in the tank I think he could utilise.
Jaden Billingham, having been 7-5 down against Dylan Leary, mounted a comeback. Jaden won 8 frames to 7, and he gets himself a place in the quarter-final against Andrew Patchett. What a performance that was from the young man, because Dylan hit a gear in that, 7-5, and he looked to be on a finish. In fact, he was on a finish to go 8-5. Obviously broke down, and Jaden Billingham mounted that full comeback. Very nice from him. So we have a full lineup now. We mentioned the Chris Melling against Carl Sutton game about to get underway. Obviously this match, Josh against Tom. Following this will be Darryl Whitworth against John Chambers. Jordan Billingham against Andrew Patchett rounds it off. I think if you look at that bottom half, Tony, each one of those players will be looking at one another, because like the biggest names like your Mellings, your Suttons, Cousins, Kane, your established players are in the top half. That bottom half, you know, there's some new pros in there. Patchett fairly new to the pro scene, as is Billingham in their second season. John Chambers, Darryl Whitworth in their first season. All those are being eyeing each other up, thinking, I've got a great chance. It's properly open, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think people forget though, John Chambers has been a professional for a long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the experiences now. I've played with John, and a great talent he is. But yeah, Jaden Billingham and Darryl Whitworth.
I mean, Darryl playing John, I think that's going to be a great game.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're both very experienced players, both on some great form. We've just seen Darryl play a moment ago. Obviously beat Dempsey yesterday, and he's just beaten Rob Warren in a Hill game. Came through with I mean, he was always behind in that match. Just came through when it mattered.
Perfect angle here for Tom. Puts this in and just kicks into that red.
A little grimace on his face. It's just a little bit more angle than he would have liked.
Yeah, he wanted to sit on the red and leave himself straight on this yellow. But that shouldn't really be a massive issue there.
So the red being over the pocket, so he can't just navigate the gap and play the yellow to middle. So he's going to have to load this up with side, come to side cushion, bring the cue ball down the table.
Actually, a little screw back. Well, he's missed the part.
Missed the ball.
Yeah, it's just a little screw back. Just digging deep.
Yeah, didn't think you quite get the screw back, but such a reactive, grippy cloth. And actually, the red at the top of the table, it's a bit aloof and obviously doesn't go into the top right. He's got the perfect angle on the one to middle to play short position and take it up top left now. So
yeah, I like what he's doing here. He's going to try and move those two reds apart that are next to the black ball.
Beautiful.
You see where that red is over the middle, it's easy to get on that, to leave that angle. While he was down there and had that angle to nudge the two problem balls apart, that was the one to take. However, I think he should have had a little bit better position, but this is fine. He's taking his time. Such is the way you're playing Tom Cousins, and this is a really good chance to go 2-0. Nicely done.
Yeah, that's really nice. I love the way he's gone about these so far. He just took his time and worked out what he wanted to do, and he's executing it perfectly at the moment. May he leave the ball at the top of the table to last, do you think, Tony, now, the way he's gone about this pattern?
This next shot will tell the story.
Yeah.
Wondering if he plays this, then the one into the middle, then the one at the top, at least the one nearest to black to last.
Yeah.
To be fair to him, he's got all the choice. Well, he's now going to have to.
Yeah.
He was obviously very straight. I'm wondering if he could play this with a little bit left-hand side, but he'll have to just miss the middle back on the left-hand side and come across twice and get on that bad red off this shot. He's not attempted it.
done. Just play this.
Your rails.
Yeah, 2 cushions and out.
Well, he didn't want to nudge into that yellow. But he's landed okay. All sorts could have happened with that. This for 2-0. In it goes, and Josh Kane has second on the board. We've had 2 misses from Tom Cousins in the first 2 frames that you would have probably lost a few quid on. Is he concerned? Not really.
Yeah.
I think if he went and did it again in frame 3 and missed a ball that you wouldn't expect, you'd have some alarm bells ringing. Enormous break there from Cousins.
Yeah, we watched him yesterday. He took a bit off of his break yesterday. He was relying on timing, but that was full-blooded. Gave that the beans. They just don't stand a chance with that kind of power behind them. It's ridiculous. Biggest break in the game for me. I mean, I think they timed it, didn't they? Sean Story had a little gizmo, and they were all.
Yeah, it's about
little
over a year ago. That was at Brentwood.
Yeah, little thing on his phone there where they were kind of a speed camera thing, and they put it on the table and timed everyone's break. And, Tom was about 26 miles an hour, and everyone else was around 22, 23 at most. It seems to naturally generate so much power. I think I managed about 14 miles an hour that day.
Wow.
I was quite proud of that, Tony. I was quite pleased I hit the ball in the centre, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet.
Just slightly the wrong side of the red, so can't get too close to his work, but it's still okay. Just going to have to play the next shot from a little bit more distance. Still just needs to be careful. I mean, both of these reds obviously go, but the red that's just below the 8 ball is guarded by the yellow. The one on the side cushion, he could drop it in the middle. It would pass the 8 ball, so he's got options for it, but just a little bit of work to do. Okay, just a tiny bit of angle. Is he on the one to bottom left now?
No, he's going to play the one down the rail.
Yeah.
Have to.
Just looking at the gap he wants to refine that same position.
Well, that was a pot of a man that's not lacking in confidence, and considering the 2 balls he's missed previously. And that's just how good he is at putting things out of his mind. It doesn't worry him.
Fiddly a little one to middle, but should be comfortable enough. And there's
Very straight cue in there from Cousins. He's tapping black. And Tom is off and running. He does still trail Josh Kane 2 frames to 1 here in Bolton. We'll have a little look over here with Brian Halcrow.
Dempsey at the table, and Dempsey to go 2-0.
Yeah, and this is in event number 4. Of course. And there we have Danielle Randall and Megan Proctor. See, Megan is 2-1 in front as Danielle at the table, trying to level things up.
She's got a tricky little red here.
Yeah, a tricky position as well. That's a great shot. That really is beautiful. A good shot. And that's perfect. Nudged into the 8 ball. The 8 ball passing that left centre. And that looks like Danielle wrapping up the 4th frame there. We'll leave her to get on with the job and return to the main arena. And Josh Kane to breaking off.
Don't forget all of those games that we whiz around. They're all available to you on the app. We've also got a game on the YouTube channel as well, but still not underway.
Yeah, the ladies' match is on table 2. If you go onto the Ultimate Pool app, select that. You can go and watch. Yeah, welcome to the audience watching from YouTube. We come over for this main arena match. Tom Cousins, Josh Kane. Kane 2-1 up. It was 2-0, but it Top Cat fired one back in the last frame. Well, well, well. The killer Kane hangs the red.
Said at the top of the match that Brooks needs to take every chance. There's one that's gone begging. There's such a big frame here. Can't give Tom these chances. A little bit of work to do though for Tom.
A lot of work to do for Tom. The black's not the greatest position, but if he gets that far, he's done well. That yellow top left is very awkward to go, and he might try and push through here. He does have a tiny angle.
Just delightful, isn't it? What a touch.
He'd have loved to have been a bit straighter on this. See, that wasn't available to him because of the way he nudged the red away. Just check it to see if that yellow passes through the gap of the 2 reds into the right centre. And it must do, because he's played for it. Has a bit of angle to get up for the yellow at the top of the table. See, what he wants to do is pop this one along the top now, leave a long yellow into the bottom right, but he wants to leave an angle on that last yellow that will be the one closest to the middle bag. An angle to come down the table and come behind the black ball. That way you can choose probably to play it into the right-hand centre as well, probably aim, because anywhere near or just above that red over the bag, then Tom will be happy enough to have a clear shot at the black.
He's just straight enough on this to be able to run through. Yeah.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. That's 3.
I did think when he got down on the shot that if you look at he's just trying to pinch a little bit at the bag there, isn't he, just to get that cue ball through. It looked like it was just slightly off angle and very unusual misses. Josh Kane, a very lucky man to get back to the table here, because I do not expect to see Tom Cousins missing balls like that.
I wouldn't expect to see you missing balls like that, yeah. But you do.
He would have, I think Josh would have pretty much written off this frame in his mind. You always hope to get back to the table, but you think, okay, it's 2 each.
Because the positional shot wouldn't have been that hard to get onto the black, really. You know, he'd left himself that angle.
Yeah. Josh isn't going to have any such problem. It's going to be available to him in just a moment.
There are two ways you can play that ball over the bag. You can play it wide, like hit the red with a load of left-hand side and come off the bottom rail, side rail and back out, or you could try the narrow one cushion and out.
And from there, it's going to be 3 cushions. See it playing with just side just to help the cue ball round.
Yeah, I like the wider way, because if you play it just with the one cushion, it can skid a little bit and you leave yourself a thin cut, where that way he's guaranteed to leave himself an easier pot. And down goes the black, and Josh Kane has a 3-1 lead. And Josh is off for a short toilet break as we have a look at this fantastic venue, Bolton Wanderers Football Club, in this main arena here. Now before, we've also got a mezzanine level with another 30 odd tables on, and then another level up again, the sports bar. They're running flyers and mini tournaments up there throughout the day.
Few games in action.
We're just nipping over to see Brian Halcrow. Then Stevie Dempsey's 2-0 down, but at the table. The buzzer.
Also, Phil Harrison in action against Sean Ash. He's 3-1 up. Put Liam White level at 2s.
Yeah, you've got to remember all these. If this event number 4, also not the one that we're watching, we're in the quarter final of event number 3.
Yeah.
Well, these have already been dearly departed from the first event this weekend. As you can see there, our women's pro matches just to the right of there. You can see Danielle Randall in the background.
Halco finding some form recently. A deep run, didn't he, in the British Open?
He was doing okay at the Players' Championship a couple of weeks ago at Redhill. It was Declan Brennan that went on to win that, beating Christy Caulfield in the final. Christy had a fabulous run there as well. Yeah, you can't miss Brian in the arena, can you, with that shirt?
The buzzer.
The buzzer. Yeah, I've known Brian for many, many years.
Just finished with an awkward angle here, isn't he? He's just
He could flick into it, I think.
Yeah.
He's just looking because he doesn't want to flick off the bottom rail and kick the black ball towards that side cushion. He just wants to brush it gently.
that's nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was a bit too much angle to stand across the face, and it was too much angle just to land on it. So run into it he had to, and navigates it really well. Gets his first frame on the board. Back to Danielle, and this one level at 2 each.
Danielle obviously took out that finish when we left her last time. The Megan Proctor. Last season, I think she made something like, it was either 2 or 3 major finals and never won any of them. But she's just waiting to get over the line and land a big event.
Just a reminder, you're
Bags of ability.
not missing any of the action from the main arena table. Josh Kane had just popped out for a bathroom break. I think
He's gone for a bath.
you know, he's back in the arena now, I believe, so we'll be heading back over there in just a moment. Stick with this game for a few more seconds.
Yeah, Megan Proctor, of course, one of the valuable members of the England national team as well. And we are back in the arena for Cousins versus Kane, the resumption.
Cousins gets us underway and makes a red. Tough opener on reds, but a lot to play for here. If he makes this, then the reds are wide open. It's a really good layout. I'm expecting to pot this. And he does. He uses the whole pocket. Gave a little waggle on the way through, but now he's away.
Well, Tom Cousins, he's having to navigate through choppy waters at the moment. Missed a couple of balls in this match. 3-1 down because of that. Should be okay. Roll the red into the middle, cue ball past the black. Simple red to follow. So when you consider that Tom's missed 3 balls in this match, and when he departs, these two will still only be 1 frame behind.
He seems to find a way, even when he's not playing on top form, he just finds a way. Done it so many times, so many opponents. And this is why you have to take every chance against him, because if you don't, at some point Tom, even when he's struggling, he just finds a way to turn it round when he hits form.
As you can see, table there on the right is where Chris Melling and Carl Sutton should be playing, but there's a problem with the slate on that table. And
you can see Chris sat there, so they've been trying to level that table.
I think they've given up now. They're going to get another slate.
Yeah, you can see the palette there.
There's a problem with it yesterday as well, so that won't take him long.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. These things happen. Happens on every table. Obviously, slate is natural. And
it's just unfortunate it happened on that exact table. If it was one of the other ones, it
wouldn't matter.
The other 86 tables,
it would be easier to swap out.
Yeah.
So anyone that is tuned in from YouTube waiting for that Chris Melling game, you will get it. It's just been delayed while they swap out the slate on the table.
Extension call.
Yeah, there's a problem when Tom Cousins was playing Phil Harrison over there this morning. I think they should have done it then, because there was issues yesterday. But it is what it is. Thankfully for you and I, we're sat here and got plenty of pools to enjoy. Josh Kane now is going to be looking to play that yellow into that right-hand side rail and flick off the red like that, where he's pointing.
Yeah, opens up the pocket for the yellow. Nice. It's just only really needs consideration here is the yellow. It's just adjacent to the 8-ball. And where that one goes doesn't really go at him. Can't land on it because it doesn't go top left. It would go top right. Doesn't need to develop it. There's a couple of pockets he could take it to. May even pass a red, does it? To go bottom right? I don't think so.
I think he's got to go into them.
He's got the angle to do it now.
You know, I mean, you can get on the yellow, but you've got to get on the yellow so you can get onto the black afterwards. And I think going into them is the better option. Now that is a classy shot.
Beautiful. How well has he judged that?
Exceptional. And not only that, to play the position from his last ball, leave that angle. That was top draw there from Josh Kane.
Lovely clearance from Josh Kane. Some really intricate play in that clearance. That is Josh Kane at his best. Very nice. And he takes that 2-frame lead. Now leads 4 frames to 2. He's halfway home. He needs to keep his foot on the pedal though. He cannot relax with that opponent sat on the other side of the table. Hal Crow now level things up from 2-0 down to 2 each. He's up the table. He's got an opener on yellows. Yellows don't look too bad at all. They kind of connect to each other. And drop this one in. He's going to have one to the middle and work his way around the table. We'll keep an eye on that scoreline. His Cousins breaks in frame 7. Pots yellow. Clustered towards the top of the table. Is where his focus is at the moment. 2 reds and the yellow. Reds will be the choice. Opens his account with a double. So he can land on the ball that's furthest up the table. See there is space. I think he's going to go up there now. And that's the key shot. Perfect.
Yeah, great position there from Tom Cousins. Pops this red in now, just bumps it and flicks it. Try and take Hubel and red away with you, like that. Doesn't want it to roll anymore.
His cue ball control is exemplary.
This is frame ball here, this one, because the other 3 are absolute drops. If he makes this pot, he has missed a couple today, not this time. And he really does need to get his potting boots firmly positioned on his feet, because he's missed a couple of games, and if it just continues like this, Kane's only 3 away from home, so he needs to, sorry, even 4 away from home, yeah, even further away. But you can't just keep staying 2 frames behind. You've got to haul himself up to levels and beyond.
This is what Darryl Whitworth did to Rob Warren in the last match. You know, Darryl was always 2 or 3 frames behind. He just kept doing what he needed to do, waited for his chance, waited for Rob. Rob went in off, unluckily. That was his chance to draw level. Then from there, it was one way for Darryl. I'm doing the same thing. Josh is asking him the question. And Tom's answering in the affirmative. Back within 1 frame, pushes the pressure back onto Josh's break in the next. He knows that he can't afford a mistake. He needs to make a ball. He needs to keep clearing the table. Keep that 2-frame cushion. As long as he's got that break of serve advantage, it's all in his favour. But it's just such a narrow margin. Has to keep potting off the break, and this time as asked to falls in, and now this is a chance that's needed. Big momentum shifter this could be. So unlucky. That ball has been kicked 3-4 times. Gives Tom Cousins ball in hand. These Reds look an absolute delight. Brian Halcrow made that clearance. He's now 3-2 up in that game against Stevie Dempsey. He's won 3 in a row. And he stepped up from this twice. The reason is, doesn't want the red just to leak in behind the 8 ball. Yeah, so much so he's not quite got the line that he wanted. So he's now looking at playing the one to bottom left. When he plays this shot, the red that he's making contact with could so easily just leak away behind the 8, causing him a problem. Played it with pace to make sure that didn't happen. Clever shot.
Yeah, simple stuff now really for Tom. Great chance to go level. Just had a message actually from a pal of mine back in Cornwall, Darren Moran, and he's been watching this, and his lad's a very promising young player, Noah, and he says, my lad's he's watching it now, he said, my lad's just really told me off for not putting him on the next gen tour. He said, I have to rectify that next year. He said he looks awesome, and big hello to Darren and Noah. I hope you're all well. Look forward to seeing Noah on the next gen tour next season.
Yeah, I was just
naughty daddy. Fancy not putting your lad on a tour, Darren.
I was just looking a minute ago. The next gen is well underway. They're down to the last 32. Brilliant format that.
Well, Tom has got himself into another pickle.
Got completely the wrong angle on the one to middle. Play it with pace. Oh, disaster befalls him. Wee.
Well.
I mean, I
thought he looked dodgy going up there, I must admit. And the pace he's played out, but
anything can happen when you play at that pace.
Well. So, frame to Josh Kane. We'll see it again.
And actually, had the 8 ball not gone down, it was a really good shot. He gave himself a great chance to clear the table, but Josh Kane will gratefully receive that one. That's a big momentum shifter. Which is that going to affect Tom Cousins' mood?
Well, it wouldn't put me in a very good mood, I can assure you.
Tom's got one of the best demeanours in the game. Rarely shows any emotion. What you saw on his face a second ago, that little look of disapproval, that's about as much as you're ever going to get from him. Just gets down and goes about his business. Another monster break. And he's quickly going to be back within 1. I'd love to have gone reds there, but he didn't have an opener, so yellows it is. Just needs to think about this top of the table situation. You saw him there immediately looking at playing a yellow off of that for the red, just to get the red out of the way. It was a well controlled shot, pot to the middle. That's not good. So the yellow sent around the table. It's coming to rest in a horrible spot. Just not quite there for Tom at the moment. Clip this in. Develop that yellow. He's not guaranteed to be on anything though, and he's in trouble again. put the yellow in the middle of these three to top left. And then I think the yellow that's gone furthest up the table will pass the red to go to top right. So it's all about the pot. He can pot this, screw off the cushion. Can he get through to the one at the top? No, I'm pretty sure he could. There's another miss, Tony. Another miss. And to be honest, I wasn't sure that was ever there. I felt he could just squeeze it into that pocket.
Yeah, it's just something we're not used to at all, and it's obviously now on the mind.
I mean, how many times are you going to see him miss 4 very makeable balls?
Well, I don't think I've seen it since I've been working for Ultimate Pool.
Could have left it worse though. Lots to do for Josh.
I mean, he's had a funny start to the season, Tom. You know, like the Players' Championship, he went out, it's a double elimination. He's gone out. He's basically the first man out of the building. He got beat twice. But it's been his dry breaks that have been the problem for him, not missing balls. This is completely different. We've not seen this before. And to be fair to him, he's not been playing badly this weekend at all. It's just suddenly appeared here in this match and just at the wrong time.
Josh.
What also that does for Josh Kane is fills him full of confidence.
Yeah. Josh is trying to leave an angle here to take this one to bottom left and come up and cannon into his problem ball on that top right pocket. Just left the wrong angle though. Can he still make it? Slide. No, he doesn't try to. Oh, another missed ball. This time from Josh Kane. And that is gift for Tom. Oh, he could have just really buried the hatchet there, couldn't he? Just like get Tom in his seat and then get the second break of serve up, get a 3-frame lead. It's huge, absolutely huge. Tom was sat there fuming a second ago, and now he's back at the table with a reprieve. Such an important frame, such an important moment there for Josh Kane. It's the red. I've still got to play a shot here though. This looks good.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. The weight, the amount of side to put on the cue ball. And it just amazes me because he's played some ropey shots, let's be honest, by his standards. And you know, I'll chat with him later and he'll say, how have I missed this, that and the other? And I'll say, I don't know, but he still manages to find a way to play a great shot like that.
I mean, this is probably as bad as you'll see Tom Cousins playing. He's still within 1 frame.
And meanwhile, we'll go over and look at the hammer. There he is, Stevie Dempsey, the stalwart of the Irish pool team.
As much as Tom would be frustrated with the way he's played so far, he's. I love the fact that he's still in the match because he could have been buried by now.
3-all here with Stevie Dempsey and Brian Halcrow. Mr. Geordie buzzer comes to the table. Halcrow was 2-0 down in that, so he's done well to come back as Josh Kane goes in off his break. Not what he wanted there.
It's weird, isn't it? Because Josh has played pretty well. He's missed a couple of bad balls. Tom's played probably as badly as he can play. But in terms of their mindset, Josh is probably going to be more frustrated because he knows he should have possibly a 3-frame cushion here. You know, he's still ahead of the game, but he's probably going to be sat in his chair thinking,
well, the
I
thing
should
is,
have this buried.
If somebody said to Josh now, right, we'll put you in the arena against Tom Cousins and we'll start the match at you 5-4 up. Yeah. He'd have bit your hand off.
Yeah, of course,
but he sat there 5-4 up thinking, well, I should be 7-2 up.
Yep. Yeah, it's quite often the journey. I mean, this game, 80% played between the ears, and Josh just needs to reset. Keep doing what he's been doing so far. Just
Well, if Tom Cousins wins this match, I want his lottery numbers.
yeah.
Because at this level, most of the time, you'll miss one ball and you can be out of the tournament. But to miss 4 or 5 or whatever it is now, and to actually win the match in a quarter final, by the way, of a pro event is just unheard of.
You wouldn't be at all shocked to see Tom Cousins just win this 8-5 now.
Well, no, because we saw the classy shot he played to get position on that last yellow, and the black a second ago was just, that's like him at his best. But it just seems to be the engines keep stalling here and there as he's driving along.
This is awkward. Having a cue over. Doesn't need to do too much with the cue ball, so he should be absolutely fine. But jack the cue up.
Played that okay.
Yeah. Just thought for a second it tracked towards that near knuckle that it was going to rattle again, but it was just okay.
Just having a double check. Screw the cue ball back a couple of inches. He wants to leave that last yellow there near the black as straight as he can. He doesn't want to have an angle. That'll do him. He pulled a face because I think he thought he'd come back too far and the red was going to be in his way.
Absolutely.
But he's not.
So did I for a split second.
There you see, he can just pop this in. And a roll in black ball into the corner pocket to level the match.
Somehow Tom Cousins gets to 5 each.
Yeah, and that was off Kane's break as well.
Yeah, and actually, now with the momentum you've made and with the break, you'd make Tom a favourite. And he's never looked like being a favourite in the entire match so far. He sat there shaking his head, but he will be over the moon inside. That's all for show. There's a little shake of the head because of the journey of how he's got here, but when he looks at the scoreboard, he will be ecstatic. Kane will be fuming.
Just looking down the arena there, I don't think we're very far away from the match starting on YouTube, which will be Chris Melling and Carl Sutton. See over there, the referee is ironing the new slate, or well, ironing the cloth, shall I say, on the new slate to get that match ready to be off and running. As you saw Carl Sutton there strolling towards the table, so that will be underway very, very shortly indeed. It's Tom Cousins returns the favour to Josh Kane and goes in off his break.
Interesting. Very interesting. This game is wiggling one way and waggling the other. It's now advantage Kane. If he can find a way to navigate this table, there is work to do there. Not too much. I think the red is closest to the 8 ball, passes into that bottom pocket. One of the balls.
No, these are tap-ins.
I thought for a second that he needed to move the red that's next to the yellow, but it clearly passes. You can see there. Yeah, you're right. They are tappings.
I'm always right, Nick. The only time I'm not right is when I'm wrong. Anyway, this will probably be the easiest finish that Josh Kane will be presented with this weekend. And just at the right time, as he saw his 2-frame lead disappear. This is like gold to him here to get another frame nearer the finish line against the number 1. Courtesy of an in off the break.
What's that old saying? I thought I was wrong once, but I was wrong. Josh Kane gobbles up that chance, he will be over the moon seeing that going off. Again, still, the mindset of both players is going to be a little bit in turmoil at the moment because this has been a weird old match. Josh is now sat there thinking, yes, just at that crucial time I've got that advantage back. Now he needs to cement it in. This is such a massive frame now to get him onto the hill. How much money would he give you right now to get a ball and a decent layout?
At least a tenner.
Yeah. Cue ball again.
You see, when you pull it up towards those corners, you know balls are coming in that direction. So, I know it wasn't straight in the corner.
Yeah, but it's just so dangerous. As soon as you see that cue ball, you're holding your breath. Josh would have been, there you go, his eyes are looking at it, leading with it not to be kicked in.
The look of disgust as well.
Yeah. But let's just say, okay, it's not straight in off. It gets kicked in off, which is always unlucky. But as soon as you send that cue ball anywhere near those corners, you're in danger. Something coming up there. We see it so often. When it's your day, it gets kicked into a nice position, but when it's not, it so often happens.
Well, potentially Cousins could deliver the third reverse dish in a row.
You fancy him for it as well, don't you? There's no problems on this table.
Nope. We're heading towards the last 10 minutes of the match, so it will go 15 seconds of shot very shortly. Been no 6 red shootouts this weekend thus far, and I wouldn't think this one has the chance either with that amount of time and the way that these players play. As these two balls are going to be deposited by Tom Cousins, and this match will go to 6 each. Now a best of 3.
Yeah, just 15 seconds from now we will hear the ping and we'll be down to a 15-second shot clock. So things are going to start to speed up a little bit. Ruin his luck there, getting kicked in off. A wry smile on his face. He will not see the humour in it whatsoever. As much as he's got that smile, it's just ironic. Anyone's game now. Race to 2. The favour goes back to the left-hand side. And Tom, the advantage of the break. He's going to break twice in these last 3 frames, which is huge. Stevie Dempsey's won 2 in a row. He's now 4-3 up against Hal Crow. Bill Harrison needs 2 more. He's 6-3 up against Sean Ash. Matt Cook, 6-3 up against Liam White.
Cousins then breaking off frame 13 of a possible 15.
Oh no.
4 in-offs in a row we've had here in this match.
That's about.
But that's a really bad one there.
That's about as bad as he could time. Hit that front.
Oof.
He's hit that front ball like half ball.
Oh,
Missed it by a country mile.
that is an ugly break. He'll be fuming. That is the cardinal sin of in-off the break, to go straight into the middle.
It's not a tap-in finish though. It's just okay. He's got these 2 balls over the pocket at the bottom,
Nah.
but he's.
I've got to say, he'll be over the moon with those.
Oh, he'll be happy, but that is just a situation that could go wrong.
Yeah, if the lampshade falls off the ceiling and smashes into the table. I'm not having that. He'll be delighted with these. You watch, you'll fall over now and you'll be laughing at me.
It's just all I'm thinking is this plant. If something leaks in behind that red, This is just one that just needs a
See,
bit
if
of
he
care
plays
and
it
attention.
right, so if he plays a plant into the right-hand yellow, play it firm. The second yellow comes, boots that red out of the way, and he just sits on the other ball.
I like it in theory. Just saying, this is one that could go wrong.
There you go. Mind you, we didn't legislate for the black.
No.
I think it still goes. I think if he gets high up the table, say to the left of the blue spot, as we look, I think he's okay. Or he pots this in, leaves an angle, cuts the last yellow in, and goes into the red. I don't think he needs to move it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's on it. Or can get on it, should I say.
He's pushed this through with a load of right-hand side off that side cushion. He's going around the houses a bit.
It's good.
Yeah, bags of room. And down goes the black. Josh Kane on the hill after a remarkable fourth frame in a row where we've seen the player go in off the break. But that one was a really bad one for Tom, straight in the middle. All the other three were into the top corners. Yeah. Cousins now much to ponder.
Yeah, you saw on the action replay that the contact point on that front red was literally half ball.
And they are underway. Finally, Chris Melling, Carl Sutton. Sutton, as you see, is taking the first frame. And it is the magician at the table there, and we're going to leave that straight back to Josh Kane. Now then, can he keep the cue ball on the table to start with, which he does, but he's gone dry. Oh my word, Nick. How'd you like those? You can take either colour.
What a crazy game. Neither player has been able to stamp authority in the second half. Kane's been leading all the way through, but he just cannot get across the line. And,
well, it's been a story of break.
We look like we're going all the way here. Can't see anything else than 7 each. And then it's all going to be about Tom Cousins' final break. Josh Kane, you saw the frustration he showed there. Just drop this in and the cushion. A little bit of ran inside to send the cue ball down the table slightly.
Oh, I'll tell you what, how's that gone? He's missed that one. I'll tell you what, that's the other side of the table. I think it misses. I think it's a bit tighter over there. This for 7 each. Down it goes, and Top Cat is on the hill as well. Okay. Both these players are now going to play a one-frame decider here. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, what a match of pool.
And it's been a story of the breaks. 4 in-offs we had in a row. Then Josh Kane went dry. Can Tom Cousins now on this final break get it going, get some balls, keep the white on the table as the customary shake of hands when we enter the 15th and final frame?
Wouldn't it just be heartbreak here for Josh if it would just be Tom Cousins all over, having struggled with his break, just to break these, make 3 balls and leave them wide open, break Josh's heart. Josh just sat there hoping for a chance.
Well, there's plenty of time on the match clock, so we're not going to see a 6 red. So this,
Balls running.
it's just returned.
Oh,
look at this split. He's got an easy red to start with. Josh, eyes darting around the table, looking to see where a problem is for Tom Cousins.
Top of the table, isn't it, in the bulk area?
There is one.
And
Yellows go as well, see. He can actually take yellows.
Yeah, that's...
Or does the red going off that yellow at the top of the table?
There's actually a couple of problems with the reds, isn't there? Because it's the red just below the bulk line as well, which doesn't go... I mean, it obviously goes to top left, but you'd love to take that to top right and use that to develop. He can't. He doesn't have that option, so this just needs a bit of working out here. It's not straightforward by any means. Josh will have hope.
Right, that tells a big story.
Yeah. I think
That red goes, it does go in. The thing is, though, when he plays this in off that yellow goes out the way, and it does open up the pocket for that red you were on about there, Nick.
Yeah.
He might even kiss into it. That is perfect.
Yeah.
Play the one in the middle next. Bring the cue ball back.
How many times have we seen Tom Cousins do
Unbelievable.
this? Just in trouble all the way through the game, and then just pulls it out when it matters.
4 balls he's missed that you would never, ever, ever think he could.
Yeah, dry breaks, in off.
He's had 2 in off the breaks.
Littered. Yes.
Unbelievable.
He's been absolutely littered with errors, but when it matters, he just finds it. And that really just does epitomise what it's like to be a number 1 player. You just find it when you have to.
This cue ball coming round the table now. It's going to be hampered. He is. But this shouldn't pose too much problem. This black replacing the semi-final for Tom Cousins. And in it goes. Top Cap, the number 1, is over the line. In a very, very bizarre match, Josh Kane will be absolutely gutted. And there, the shake of the head from Top Cap.